Yes, now we can discuss about economics. In that economics, we are discussing about the classical economics. Classical, classical economics is a broad term that refers to the dominant school of thought for economics in the 19th centuries, 18th and 19th centuries. Most considered Scottish economist Adam Smith. He is the most considerable Scottish economist Adam Smith, the progenitor of classical economic theory. However, Spanish scholasts and French physiocrats made earlier contributions. And the next point in classical economics is what is an example of classical economics? For example, the theory of wages was closely connected to the theory of population. The classical economists took the theory of the determinants of the level and growth of population as part of the political economy. Since then, the theory of population has been seen as part of demography. What is a classical economic policy? Next point is what is classical economic policy? Classical economics places little emphasis on the use of fiscal policy to manage aggregate demand. Classical theory is the basis of monetarism, which only concentrates on managing the money supply through monetary policy. Keynesian economics suggests governments need to use fiscal policy, especially in a recession. What do classical economics believe? The next point is what do classical economists believe? The classical economists believe that the market is always clear because price would adjust through the interaction of supply and demand. Since the market is self-regulating, there is no need to intervene. Economics Economists who advocate this approach to macroeconomic policy are said to advocate a laissez-faire approach. And the next topic in classical economics is what are the main features of classical economics? Main features of classical economics. The core classical notions of unrestricted markets, laissez-faire, limited government intervention, and emphasis on supply rather than demand surfaced in modern macroeconomic theories, including supply side economics and rational expectations theory. And the next topic is in classical economics. Is Karl Marx a classical economist? That is the question. Is Karl Marx, you know about Karl Marx, he is very popular. And is Karl Marx a classical economist? Like the other classical economists, Karl Marx is believed in the labor theory of value to explain relative differences in market prices. This theory stated that the value of produced economic good can be measured objectively by the average number of labor hours required to produce it. And the next topic is what are the three major theories of economics? The three major theories of economics are Keynesian economics, neoclassical economics, and Marxian economics. That is, Marxist economics is Marxian economics. And the next topic is what is the classical theory? The classical theory implies that every complex concept has a classical analysis, where a classical analysis of a concept is a proposition giving metaphysically necessary and jointly sufficient conditions for being in the extensions across possible worlds for that concept. What are the benefits of classical economics? Next topic is what are the benefits of classical economics? The centrally planned economy results in equitable income or wealth distribution. Additionally, consumers are better off because the main objective of the welfare of society. Prices are also affordable since they are set by the government. However, the system is not without some advantages. And the next topic in classical economics is what are the major policy conclusions of classical economics? Classical economics emphasizes the fact that three free markets lead to an efficient outcome and are self-regulating. And the next topic in classical economics is what is the classical theory of economic development? Classical growth theory explains economic growth as a result of capital accumulation and the reinvestment of profits derived from specialization, the division of labor, and the pursuit of comparative advantage. And then next topic in classical economics is what is the classical theory of economic development? Classical theory of economic development, economic growth as a result of capital accumulation and the reinvestment of profits derived from specialization, the division of labor, and the pursuit of comparative advantage. And then the next topic in classical economics is what is the importance of classical theory? As the first step towards a systematic study of organizations, the classical organizational theory is very important. It primarily deals with the anatomy of formal organizations and also views one as a machine and the employees as part of the machine. Employees as parts of the machines. And what next topic in classical economics is drawbacks of classical economics. Classical economics was considered a hindrance growth of the economy and could not be practiced in modern, more diverse economies, land and labor are no longer viewed as the main factors of production and can't be used to determine the effectiveness of the economy. And in classical economics, next topic is the classical theory has the following characteristics. It is built on an accounting model. It lays emphasis on detecting errors and correcting them once they have been committed. It is more concerned with the amount of output than the human beings. This is the information regarding classical economics. Wishing you all the best.